Yo,
Yo,
yo.
yo. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So I think we're gonna get started. Small class, but I've been missing. So we're gonna do today's standing. So I'm gonna try to pin my screen here. So I'm gonna read you guys' energy starting off. Ooh. Okay. So there's some tightness in the chest that we're gonna kind of twist into. So if you face your hands out and kind of position your hands like you're grabbing doorknobs. Okay. From here, you're gonna turn inward, so your hands are gonna turn down and then come back towards your chest. As you're doing this, clench the muscles in your chest, and each time you kind of like come back to where you started, let go of those muscles. Okay, just like you would let go of a door handle. So you twist it first, let go, twist it, let go. Okay, until you feel it deep in the center. Breathe in. Now, from here, open your jaw, pull into your throat. You're gonna feel the pressure here, squeeze your chest, connect it to your jaw. Okay, expand it and go. Ah. Okay, breathe into your nose once you feel it release. Now, with this one, so one of your hands is going to be facing up. The only finger you'll have down is your index finger. And I want you to use your other hand to pull into the tension in your throat. Okay, so the only finger down is still your index finger. Alright, and as you are stretching this muscle and flexing these muscles, you're going to twist your throat to the, or twist your head to the other side. And you're going to feel your fingers almost pull on it. Okay. Once you feel that, I want you to make a circle with your hand and keep pulling on that tension till it reaches your chest. Now breathe in. Now squeeze the back of your head, your mid back, and your sides right here. And go ah as you expand them. Alright, so remember, every time we use our hands, it's so that they can help us work on whichever chakra we're focused on. Okay, but the connection isn't imaginary. All your muscles are connected, but if the pathway isn't connected, you're not going to feel it. Okay. Now, if you pull your jaw, your bottom jaw out, you're going to feel tightness in your throat. You squeeze your eyebrows together, it'll connect. You're going to feel that tension in your chest. Breathe in. Let those muscles go. When you breathe in, now raise your eyebrows up, squeeze above them, and then squeeze in the very center of your stomach, and try to make that sound. But as you're making that sound, you want to feel this kind of movement in there. So you're pushing out. Okay. Now if you pull your shoulders down and back, alright, put your index fingers down again. You're going to lock your shoulders and your elbows into place. You're going to squeeze above your eyebrows, raise them up. And as you are spinning your hands in circle, right here, your hands are facing down. You're going to make sure you're flexing all those fingers so you can feel what muscles they're connecting to in your stomach. Okay, but it's almost like your chest is going to connect as well. As you're spinning, push out. Push your stomach out. And you're going to feel movement there. Now breathe in. Squeeze your nose. Your eyebrows again. Pull your bottom lip down. Squeeze your chest. Squeeze all in your throat and your chin. Go. Ooh. Okay. So we were kind of feeling that tension in our stomach. We're using up here to pull down into it. Okay. So we have tension in the throat connected to tension in the hips. Let's see. So if you raise your muscles on the sides of your head, okay, squeeze your nose and tilt your spine just a little bit. Tilt it forward. You're gonna feel your lower back. Squeeze it. Now, once you feel like kind of energy generating, breathe into it. Now, open your jaw. Stretch all the muscles around your face away. And then pull down into your throat and go, ah. Okay. If you tilt your okay. If you tilt yourself forward again, you're gonna feel right here. Squeeze your fist. Pull your shoulders down. Then you're gonna feel your shoulders kind of hook in under your chest. Squeeze there. Breathe into it. Okay, if you're standing, squat down. Squeeze your nose. Push out the pressure in your lower stomach. Feel it kind of stretch open. Okay. Make an eye if you need to. I just kind of felt it going.
Would you rather stand up?
Yeah, that'd be better. So from here, every time you raise your head up, you're pulling your arms down. Okay? And every time you raise your head up, you're also pulling all the muscles in your forehead up. Okay? And then once your arms and your shoulders are raised, you're gonna feel a tug on the pressure in your ribs. We'll just feel how that kind of connects throughout your body. Breathe in. Okay, you're gonna pull your lower lip down, stretch all those muscles in your jaw and chin down, pull them down, expand your throat, squeeze your nose, pull into your lower sides and go ah. So these are very precise. So like, if I don't raise those muscles up here, these ones aren't gonna raise because somehow they're connected. And it's like when you're focused on that area, you already been putting so much focus on that area with the initial squeeze. Your muscles are gonna kind of want to match up and synchronize with the other ones. Okay. I'm not sure what this is. It's like so like you're reaching your fingers under, okay, and then as you raise your hands forward, you're guiding your fingers up. Okay, just in like a very circular motion. As you're moving your fingertips, focus on pushing your chest out. Alright, if you can. If you can't feel that, just breathe in to it. And then use the force of the breath to push your chest out like you would your stomach. Then you'll kind of be able to guide the air through your chest. You can use your thumbs pretty well too. If you try it like this. If you need to make a sound, go. I think, I don't know, sometimes the more flowy movements work better. You can hear my voice is shaky because I'm speaking from here now, and it's like my voice finally has a place to land. Because sometimes if we feel like we can't sing from different ranges, you can't sing from different chakras, and it's just because that there's that tightness, and once you release that, it's just like how there's that pulsation of the blood running through there. That's how vibration works. Alright, if you can, this time, as you raise your arms back, you're gonna curl your fingers in, and as you push them back down, you're gonna flex them out. Alright? But you're doing this to kind of grab onto first your lower back muscles. So what I want you to do is kind of like pop your butt out. Okay? You'll be able to grab them. You're gonna feel it in your hips. Keep raising it up. Squeeze your cheeks and your face. You're gonna feel the pressure get here. All right, then breathe into it. Now, as you spin your hands around your head, I want you to raise your eyebrows up and down, as if it were following the lead of your hands. Okay. Make an ah. All right. I'm seeing y'all are struggling with the. So you gotta. Anytime I tell you flex your fingers, you gotta hold them like that. And even though we're moving our fingers the whole time, you should feel it like you're almost like you're struggling to sift through dirt. All right, because you're flexing them, but you're still moving. Okay, in each position your finger is in when it's flexed, it connects throughout your entire body. Okay, sometimes what I'll do, and this is what can make or break you because it's the smallest little thing that if you don't pick it up, I'm gonna have to remind you. So when you breathe in for the first time, it should be, especially when we're doing these movements, as if you are using that breath to catch on to something, and then that's when you can get into the movement of actually moving the breath. You gotta have it in there first. All right, but we always have breath in there. That's why I don't always clarify that you need to breathe first before we squeeze, because there's still breath. You're still gonna be able to push through the blockage, but if you're having trouble feeling your internal muscles, you're gonna want to use the breath as that cushion so that you can feel it in that way instead of expanding them. Okay, if you can't expand them, you gotta breathe in, feel where it gets stuck, and then try pushing the breath against it. And you're gonna feel like these cords running through. It's like a kink in a hose.
Yeah, I missed that last one.
Fucking
Fucking
hell,
hell,
sir.
sir.
Okay, can you remind me where we left off?
Uh, the
The
one
one
you
you
just
just
said.
said.
That,
Oh.
that was enough.
Okay, so I'll just explain this. So when we do these, you're gonna breathe in first. Okay, take the breath as full as you can, and then you're gonna just feel where the breath builds up, and slowly start trying to expand your muscles, like you're using the breath to push against them wherever you feel that tension. Okay, just like how you would make your stomach big, push the air against the pressure. Now, if you want to do your own thing, see if you could just flex all your fingers and see how they connect through your arms to that pressure, and then start trying to move it with your fingers. Sometimes you gotta do one movement, then let your fingers go so that you can relax that area, and then it'll reach somewhere else. You move that, then relax it, keep moving it. It's like the same mechanics of breathing without using your mouth. Because if I could guide you guys the way that I do my own personal work, it would be too specific. We would be stuck on the details all day. So you just gotta get a feel for your own body. And try, because that frustration, when you actually believe that you can create that relief for yourself, that frustration is just pushing you to make it work. Okay. Now, where does it connect? Okay. So you're gonna squeeze your eyes until you feel the pressure wrap around your head and reach to the front of your throat. Pull your jaw down. Feel your throat muscles tense up. You're gonna feel it now. Just keep squeezing your eyes. You don't have to squeeze them as hard because now we're focused at the throat. Okay. And expand those muscles. Feel them stretch in your throat. Pull on them. Feel it reach your chest. Okay. Now squeeze your cheeks and your nose and go. Ah. Whew. I remember how long it took me to be able to feel my nose muscles and my cheek muscles actually working with the rest of my body. So it can take a long time depending on where you're starting. But just make sure you amplify the strength of where you're already strongest. Because the more you build that, it's just gonna spread to where when you make a change here, it's influencing the rest. It's automatically like upgrading your whole body instead of just like, let's say you do shadow work. You know, you kind of get the gist of what you learned, but you're not embodying it. Like, this is bringing embodiment to a more literal meaning. Okay, so if you face your hands together like this, squeeze your lower abs. Okay, you're gonna grab that imaginary handle again. So this time you're pulling up. And then you should feel into your sides. Remember, you're squeezing here. Now pull them away. Face them out. And go, ah. I think why ah works so good is because you're pulling all these muscles back. And that's usually where it's going to connect to or from. Okay. Let me know if y'all are struggling, if you have any questions. There are no wrong questions, only wrong answers, which means I'm the one with all the pressure on me.
Okay, I have a question. So you're talking about this is more literal embodiment. What are we embodying?
That's a good question. I think we're just embodying a fuller capacity to process and experience life without the attachments, because wherever we have a strong reaction to something and it creates a blockage in here, you're always going to be tied to that thing and it's always going to control you. But the connection is always somewhere specific.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, because it's so interesting. All of the things we can worry about and hold on to, a lot of the times it's just the opposite of what we actually want, even if we don't realize it. But that's why we feel the way we feel if it's negative, because we're holding on to the opposite of what we want to experience. So how can we bring in what we want to experience? Like, there's so many different thoughts that can just play in the background, and when you do this work, you're gonna start to notice them a little more, especially if your mind is normally quiet. And that's when you have to figure out who exactly is speaking to you. Now, we're going to use this hand position to move energy all around your waist. You're going to curl your index finger down. All right, all your other fingers are out. All right, but these three are connected, and I'm flexing them. Okay. Now, if you take a breath in and lock your arms into that tension, so when you pull your arms down, you're going to feel like almost an imaginary wall where that mobility ends in your shoulder. All right, because you're pulling it down as far as it can go, and it's locked into place. Once you feel that, you're gonna take a breath in as you do that, and focus on your squeezing your middle sides through here. Hang on. Try not to overcomplicate it. So when you breathe in, you're doing it to feel into those muscles I was just talking about, and then lock onto them. Okay. From here, you're gonna do circles, and you're gonna focus on your thumb, feeling it tug on your stomach. Make sure you have to keep flexing your fingers out so it can pull on your stomach, but your thumb especially. All right, and now you're gonna move your hands back and forth like this to break up that tension and make a I had to try a couple different sounds there. Whew. So weird. You still feel the air going in, and you try to talk. It's like feels like the opposite of what's supposed to happen, but it feels right. That's why we're doing it. Let's see. It's so funny because people think I'm out of breath, but I'm actually just catching my breath. Because it's like I'm just vacuumed. It's like internal vacuuming.
intellectualizing.
Okay, so we've been focused on this hand position quite a bit. We're gonna go back there. Make sure you're flexing your thumbs out. Hold your hands up here, right in front of your forehead. You're gonna spin them. Squeeze the muscles in your forehead. Pull on. Make sure your spine is elongated. You're stretching your spine up. You're gonna feel it pull into the back of your head. Keep pulling down your spine. Make a oh, oh. So something really interesting about the body, you can always tell when you're lying, and it'll tell on you before you tell on yourself. Alright, so if you say something you don't believe is true, your body, like if you held your arm out, it would become weaker, and I could push it down. So just imagine when you tell yourself all the things you know aren't true. It's making you weaker. No. Alright. Where's the vibration at? Okay, we're still, now we're like in the eyebrows, cheeks, connected around the jaw again. So this whole area right here is just cut off. It's like this C shape, I guess, or this V shape. So you're gonna squeeze your eyebrows first, under your eyes, and squeeze the back of your head, under your jaw. Kind of pull it out. Once you got that, let it go, breathe in. Now, you're just gonna pull your shoulders down, hold your hands above your head, tilt your head down, and you're gonna shake your head as you expand all those muscles, pulling them, pull the muscle on top of your head, down your spine, and shake your head. Hold it in place. Make an O as you do it. Gotta hold your arms straight. If you're shaking your head back and forth, doing it fast. Alright, you have the breath in. You did the V shape. Okay. Pull down into it. Okay. As you shake your head, it's just adding that extra movement. It's gonna help just sweep the air down your spine. I felt like it went more so in my chest, my head, and then down the front of my throat a bit. Whew. Okay, just like a singing bowl, when you make a sound, you gotta shape your chakras in the way that the sound can reverberate easily and catch on to the tension. Okay, so we can move the tension like how when a guitar string is tight, alright, the air will loosen it, but you gotta hold it enough to where the air can get there. That makes sense. Okay, if you focus on these 4 points, raise these ones up, pull these ones down in your jaw, and right here in your head, you're gonna start spinning your wrist. Pull into the tension under your ribs. Okay, squeeze your wrists, flex your fingers, and just feel the tension move down. I'm gonna grab some water.
Hi guys. So as you know, I'm pretty new to exercises. Whenever I'm doing this, my body pops like crazy. And just like, is that standard?
Yeah, that's pretty standard. Cause you're stretching it, so you're allowing that trapped air to move. But yeah, sometimes air can get stuck in pockets, but it just means you haven't opened it completely yet. Now, if you connect your ring and thumb just by kind of pretending like you're pinching onto something with those two, and now you're flexing all the rest, but you're gonna focus on the tension in your head. All right, you're pulling your muscles up in your head, pulling the ones in your jaw down. Feel how they stretch and how your hands can kind of feel where certain muscles are tighter. Okay, so just kind of move it around and go, ah. It's almost as if there are like, well, obviously pressure points, but you know how like if I put a bunch of dots on a piece of paper, your fingers would have to be like specifically where they are to like reach them. It almost feels like it's like a puzzle piece locking in together or something when you flex your hands. a certain way. Okay, and then once you feel, because like right now I just felt as if my hands were guiding the pulling all surrounding my throat muscles. Like, so as I was pulling these muscles and I could feel them already, this extra pull just, I felt it connect. I started twisting it, started feeling how it connects already, then just using it with the vibration. Ooh, that just made me yawn. Ooh. It makes sense how this would kind of be the first step to like actually being able to move objects outside of you, because you can move your own tension, you can move your own blockages. I mean, that's the first way you would kind of want that ability to appear, because it's useful. You want your body to be in optimal condition, or else if it's not, you're not going to really care about what's going on outside of you, or you're not going to even be completely aware. All right, think of your blockages as magnets. So that pain or that discomfort is going to attract something of the same vibration to remind you that it's there, because you're not willing to look at it. So something else has to remind you. But that's the thing. The goal, your body wants it to get worse and worse. It wants it to get the absolute worst it can possibly be until you're like, I can't take this shit no more, basically. Because then, is that what it really is going to take for you to actually do something about it? A lot of the times, it is. Okay, but also you could think of it like, over time, information in a computer becomes encrypted, where it's literally compressed. It takes on a form that is easier for the computer to process because it needs more space. Okay, and just like for the body, when information does that, it takes on the form of pain. You just break it up until don't even remember what it was. It's just the pain.
It's almost like we're rehabilitating ourselves.
If y'all seen the movie Backrooms,
Mm-hmm.
that's
It's weird.
that was.
It's like just today I just realized when we were saying stuff like that, that it's all, we're all holding this energy. It's like we need like a magnet. So we're all electricity, and the man, and what we're doing is we're pulling as far as their advantage, magnetizing, like we're doing the sequence, and that's what's actually pulling the power. It's like it's getting us back and pulling. I don't know if you're aware of it, I just think that enough sense together that a magnet, and somehow we're taking the stuff out that need to. I don't know.
And it's that pain that provides the motivating factor that we so easily lose nowadays. Like, so pain is really our motivation. So much of art is by creating something beautiful out of the ugly things inside of yourself because it feels fulfilling. To repurpose what is no longer working instead of just ignoring it, you know. I accepted that there's a part of me that just likes a mindless activity to just kind of pass the time. But there are levels. Okay, there are some activities that are mindless, but they're not harmful at all. And so returning to maybe the less harmful things is just a slow climb out of that cycle. Okay, so make sure no. Where's the vibration? Alright, we're good. So we can move on to the shadow work. But I'm gonna give you all like a 5-minute break and we'll hop into that. Alright. For those of you who might need some grounding, I go over basic exercise. It made sense to me. I was like, I never do the same thing when I ground. And sometimes it's harder to know exactly what is the right thing to do. But I was like, if you just grab all the stagnant energy everywhere it could be, and then push it back down into, I think they call it your lower dantian. That is like your, I guess you could say your furnace. But it's more of the place where we can kind of store all the energy that we don't know what to do with now, so we can use it later. So if we just feel like super energized throughout our whole body, if you bring it down to your sacral, you can just store it there.
How do you go about storing energy?
Okay. So all you're gonna do.
30-60%.
So all you're gonna do is you're gonna sweep your hands up your sides. As you do this, I just want you to feel. Just do it and flex your hands and feel subtly what muscles connect. All right, I barely feel it, but I can kind of feel like it's tensing right here. So I'm gonna grab that. Okay, and then where else feels tense? Grab that too. Okay. You grab all these points of tension. Use the breath if you need to feel it. Okay. And then you're gonna push it down. Alright. Once you've got it, I want you to squeeze the top of your head. Pull down. Pull the muscles down from the top of your head. And as your hands sweep down your sides, you're gonna pull all those muscles down too. And go go rah as you push it down.
All I hear on my arms stood up. That was crazy.
Okay. So now I'm gonna see if your guys' third eye is open. So to test this, you're gonna close your eyes, and ask your body, show me where I got open. Wherever you feel some sort of sensation, point to it. Okay, and if you don't feel it, just let me know. Okay, 2 out of 3. What about you, Azella?
Yeah. I felt that it told me that it opened this part. I don't know the right. I know the left eye right here. It's a weird sensation right here.
Okay.
Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. It's right here. So, the only one time.
For me, it was my throat. So all different places. Alright. I guess we're gonna do it as we always do, is starting off. So now you know where the pain is. It gives you a little context. So the front, if it's the front part of your chakras, it's the giving. It's the back side, receiving. All right. So a lot. It seems like everyone is in the front. So what aren't you giving to yourself? So just have that in mind as we go through this. But now we're going to test your third eye. So keep them closed and ask your third eye, show me a lotus. And then put up your fingers 1 to 10, how detailed it is.
What do you want us to do with the fingers?
So if you see a lotus, just let me know how detailed it is.
Okay.
Okay. For those of you who got something, did you see the lotus or did you see something else? Start with Isella.
I saw the lotus and I saw it from above, so I saw it very expanded. As a baby, I can see it very expanded. So I see all these and everything, and it's just that I've been getting a lot of pink and violet colors in my lotus is black, and this lotus has started like becoming alive and almost like making a hole in the middle of it was opening up and I was about to go there.
Okay.
Mm.
So that sounds like you're about to go into the memory. So see if you can keep going with that. Say, third eye, take me to the memory. And then X.
So I had like a study here when it before I thought it was really pretty open, but it was actually kind of tired and like the water was more of the focus than the lotus itself. And like I needed to go into the water for something to fill me up or something.
Okay. So see from that point if you can get like a 360 view and kind of move your awareness around. And then you might see like paths, and then just go to whichever one you feel drawn to if you see that. Tyrell, did you see anything?
Nah, nothing really came through, but my body told me I need to get some emeralds on my calves and the back of my neck before I could, get the picture or something.
Okay, well that's cool. So you asked, that was a good question to ask, or if it just told you, that's cool. I'm gonna help you with that. So this is actually something I was working on last night. If you stand up on your tippy toes, okay, and then kind of bend your knees, you're gonna feel into your calves, so squeeze them the best you can, and squeeze the back of your neck. Okay, try to hold the position, and it's gonna be kind of hard. Once you feel and connect, breathe in. Now, I want you to squeeze the top of your head, your lower back, and go, ah.
Oh shit! Oh, my mic was on? Damn.
So next time I want you to do it just a little bit slower.
It kind of like rushed me into it. Like I couldn't. I got some heat there.
Okay, that makes sense. So, but the firmer you grab onto your muscles, and you're gonna have to see that the form is important here. So we'll try it again. You're gonna kind of lock into this position where you almost feel stuck, but you need to use the balance of your arms. So make sure you're squeezing your fist. Hang on. Sorry about that. Alright. No, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. So you're gonna stand up on your tippy toes again. Okay, make sure you are leaning forward as much as you need to hold steady. You're gonna feel in your hips and your lower back. Alright, squeeze right above your ankles in the back. Alright. Squeeze the back of your neck. Squeeze your shoulders. Feel them kind of sync up with your fists. It's gonna hold you there. You shouldn't struggle too much if your fists are right in front of you like you're holding handlebars. You're still on your tippy toes. You're holding handlebars. Okay. Your position weird. Sorry. Okay. Now. So you got your calves, your shoulders, the back of your neck, your fists. Squeeze them, then breathe in. Make sure you relax them when you breathe in. Now, you're going to make your legs as straight as you can. You can hold your feet flat now. But you're going to squeeze your nose, pull on your lower back, and I want you to stand up on your tippy toes as you pull from your nose to your lower back. And go, ah. Okay. Okay, now I want you guys, I think Tyrell, since you're struggling to see, I want you to ask your body, can you hear me? See if you can hear a voice back. And then ask, how did it go with seeing what path it takes you on?
It was pretty cool, actually. I was walking up to a few different paths, like there was a trail and up, and walking up the trail, a stick, and this was the second time that I had something in my hand, and I actually had a stick that I had since I was like 15 on the trail, so that's interesting. I went up, basically, it looked like a settlement of some sort. I went to some sort of ceremony, and drank some shit, and really just connected with towards higher self, whatever you can call it. And I mean, it was really just a reminder that I don't have to hold on to all this stuff. I can give the source. I can let it go to my higher self, who will, guide me through everything I need to guide through, and just the beauty of the connectedness and all that. It was pretty cool. It was really cool. Compared to the experience I had last time, that was pretty amazing. I wish I had that one first, because the first one was pretty awful.
So that makes sense, though. I think you were feeling into like a past life where your vibration was just kind of higher by default. And so you were kind of just remembering what it's like to be that open.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely felt a lot more connected to nature, and yeah, for sure.
I noticed, like, with me personally, so much of what I desire, I just think about nature, and I'm just like, hang on, let's get rid of the rest. This is what I want. I just think it's such like I don't know, innate desire in us that we just overlook and we kind of cover up with all these things that we think will make us happy, but I don't know. I miss just nature being easily accessible. Because I'm actually from a country, so, or the countryside, not really like, now I'm like living near Chicago, so.
Very different.
Hey, real quick, what was the second question you told me to ask?
So ask, um, can you hear me? Ask your body, can you hear me?
Like, my head shook yes, but I also like heard a yes, but it sounds like me. So it's hard to tell. Like, you
Okay.
know, it's hard to tell that was.
So, but you did get an answer. That's actually, if you heard yourself, you're still talking to your body. So, but just an aspect of yourself that is a lot like you now.
Mm.
But so you felt where you got open was up here.
Yeah, like,
In the back. Okay.
yeah, back neck, and slowly a little bit in the front and the back, and it kind of went down. I got a lot of them.
If you can ask, which of your senses is it tied to? Like touch, uh, seeing, hearing, kind of thing.
It's hearing.
Okay.
I heard hearing when you asked, and then like I had to double check and ask like, yo, was it hearing? So it has more to do with my hearing than anything else.
Okay. So, okay, I know what this has to do with, but ask your body if it's true. Does it have to do with being able to interpret sound?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's just interpreting sound.
Ask your body, is it from this life or another life?
Another life.
Okay. So, I want you to talk to that self. See how, see if you can hear a different voice. Say, can you hear me, past life self?
I think the voice was kind of deeper, but it literally feels like I'm imagining the shit, but I don't think I
Okay. Let's see.
Look at that.
I want you to ask that voice, where does your pain come from? And if you ask the right question, it's gonna trigger the voice to react in a way that is completely out of character. But let's see if that question does it.
it kind of like it was showing me like wrist and down a little bit to about here on both sides, or mostly on right, but yeah, kind of like wrist down a little bit, but halfway in between the forearm.
ask, was I a prisoner of some sort? Or was I held captive?
Neither.
Okay.
Was.
So, but this pain that is in your forearms is causing a fear that's creating this distortion in how you interpret sound. Ask what is the fear? And just really listen.
So it's a little weird. The other question, I asked it a question. What was it? I asked it what it was, and it told me it didn't want to tell me.
I was at this when shit I was talking about it. I'm like, what is this? Who are you? I asked a bunch of different ways. I'm like, you can stop asking me like that.
Yeah, like it don't want me to ask. But then I asked that question. But it said like a fear of the dark, but that don't really make sense. So I don't know if it's fucking with me because it don't want me to ask or.
I literally asked. I was like, if I ask the right question and I'm right, will you tell me? And I got silence. I literally didn't get an answer. And we've been having a whole conversation. So I'm like, all right, damn.
So, where in your body did you guys feel like that shock or that reaction to what the response was? You didn't feel one? So you were just in like a very meditative state. That's good though. Okay, so fear the darkness. Mm.
I feel like did you? Let me ask. Yeah, I think that was a bullshit answer. Like I think you just gave me some shit, so I stopped asking.
Mm. Ask your body, is it fear of what you might have to become if darkness is all you're surrounded by?
Yes, that.
Got yes?
Yeah. I asked it if it was a bullshit answer. It told me no. So it's like, you know. But yeah, it's a yeah. Uh,
Okay. So now I want you to ask, why are you afraid of me seeing you? Why don't you want to be seen? What about you is so different than me?
uh, it's too much like me, and that's why it's afraid.
When I asked, it said nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah, nothing is different. So it's kind of like I'm too much like me, so it's afraid of that. You know?
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe it's like a fear of darkness or being without the higher self.
mm, mm.
So I think we've reached a point where I'm going to provide a prompt. Alright, if we struggle getting the answers we're looking for, then we just gotta take a more manual approach. So I'm gonna do this with you guys, and I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to answer this because I'm gonna be doing it the same time. But think about a specific time recently when you wanted to express love, appreciation, or vulnerability, but you consciously or unconsciously held back. What was the exact worst case scenario your mind created in that moment? Okay, and if you don't know, just ask. Alright, go to the memory, something recently. What were you surrounded by? What were you looking at? Alright, little things, if you remember that, you might remember what you were thinking, how you were feeling, what the other person was saying. Alright, but you want to peel back the layers of where you start and the delusion begins of whatever belief that you're unconsciously manifesting, alright, that you don't want to manifest. So when you're asking yourself, well, what is the worst case scenario that is preventing me from receiving my own light or giving my own light to this situation, bringing my own light to this situation? What is preventing me from that is, what is the thought? Alright, and when you have that first initial thought, there is no right or wrong, whatever it is. I just want you to keep asking questions about it. Could be, what if they don't understand what I say? What's the point of even expressing it? Expressing how I love. Maybe how I love isn't good enough. I never expressed it, so maybe I'm just terrible at it. Okay, but what made you feel like you were terrible at it? When did you stop trying to express yourself? You know, just asking the questions. If you do have something to write with, that'll be helpful, but you don't need it. Okay, whenever you keep asking the thought a question, you're gonna get a different answer every time. You don't want to spiral too much to where You got so much shit to look over and be like, oh, I wonder what I should ask next. Just ask where you feel naturally curious. And when you have that aha moment of like, oh, this is the part of me that I'm holding on to or I'm holding back, that's when you decide, okay, now I need to speak to this part of myself. Basically, reprogram it. But you gotta reach the core. Okay, you know you reach that aha moment when you literally feel like an emotional tenderness, like, oh, ouch. It's almost pokey, or like maybe you start tearing up. Now you conjured the part of yourself that's in pain. But are you gonna know what to say to it? If you don't, I can help you. You can even ask yourself, right, is this the root cause of it?
So what do you like? I have a it say root cause from a past life. and that's why it reoccurred in this life. But I don't know what to do about that, like, cause I can't really remember. You know,
Say the first sentence again.
the root cause is in a past life, and I don't know how to deal with that.
Okay. So with that, if your hands are open, since your body is open and it knows what the issue is, it's gonna be hard to be detached to ask the right questions, but that's what it takes. So you gotta ask, like, and if you genuinely feel like your body is talking back to you, you can ask, show me yes, could be somewhere other than your hands. Show me no, could be somewhere other than your hands. But now you can ask general questions. All right, was this pain related to family matters, relationship matters? Was it a friendship? Was it just a tragic situation I had no control over, etc.? But you kind of gotta lean into the feeling first. So, like, then you could tell your third eye, um, take me to where I'm still attached to it, which could be a feeling that just needs to be interpreted better. So that too kind of helps. But because if you can't see, then your other senses have to be stronger. And they are stronger, even if they're just stronger in the sense that they can hold on to more pain. That's still feeling, that's still strong. That's strength just used against you. Your own strength. So basically, how I went about this, and I don't put too much pressure on myself to really think about the full context of the prompt. So what it kind of led me to was, hang on. So I'm going to speak to that part of myself first before I just talk about it. Fair enough. Okay.
Okay, so Bree, I'm gonna have to leave. I have to go to the hospital. My daughter's in labor.
Oh my goodness, congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I did the test just so I could go ahead and give her protection and the baby. So, thank you guys for your energy and everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Got you.
Okay. So this is just the kind of loop that I was taken through. I started with, I really felt most called to ponder on the part about the worst case scenario for giving my love. The worst case scenario was that my love wouldn't be believed. All right. And then I kind of thought about that. And this is a question I came up with. Why don't you believe your own sincerity? All right. And a part of us might automatically say, oh, but I know I'm being sincere. But you want to play the devil's advocate because that question came up for a reason. So there is a part of that question that is true. And if you can really ask those questions that are more difficult, you already have a lot of leverage in this work. So why don't you believe your own sincerity? Because I know I have a lot of work to do. All right. And it's about letting whatever comes out just flow out. It's never wrong. But because you don't want to get so hung up on, oh, is what's going to come up going to be the right thing? Just let it come up. So I know I have a lot of work to do. That's why I don't believe my own sincerity. How will you know when that work is done? That's the next question. I was genuinely just trying to lean into the curiosity of this conversation as if I'm like a third person observer. Okay, how do you know when that work will be done? When I feel like I can believe the good things people say about me. All right, and then I ask, what will that take? More effort on my part to have integrity with how I spend my time. Okay, and that for me was the root. It was the root because this is a conversation happening. All right, we got to the point where I stopped being curious. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. So that's the root. That's how I know it was the root. So, and this is what I needed to hear because only you truly know what you need to hear. All right. And sometimes if you feel like you struggle, you just gotta trust yourself until something rings true. Something you say, you can feel it. And that's how you're connecting to yourself again. You can feel the truth in what you say. All right. And basically, what I needed to hear, I love you because you kept me safe when I needed the comfort of distraction. Thank you for protecting me from my blessings before I was ready to receive them. Thank you for showing me how to be more present and that I need discipline to feel safe. I'm sorry that's time you'll never get back. But I know that the time we will spend from here on out is more meaningful and grounded in what you need. I love you for being my comfort and safety before it could take on a better form. Alright, so you're speaking to this part of yourself that you don't like. It's time to let go of this pressure you are putting on yourself and find where you can use that pressure to create diamonds. And I asked myself, show me where. Alright. And for me, the context of my relationships kind of came up. So I was like, now I'll be able to give myself more room to breathe in my personal relationships because I know how to better focus on what I need to find comfort and safety within. And there's a level of accountability that isn't grounded until you can address that part of yourself until they believe it. The only time you're going to feel that part of yourself really connect is when that pain is triggered, but you found a way to turn it off. And that's just, you have to speak to it till it believes you. Sometimes it takes a while, but that's why you ask questions. So, did anybody else have sort of a eureka moment?
I figured out a little bit about the past life. It was, so basically, what I've gathered from it so far, I felt like I was it felt like I was in a relationship with the female, but I guess I wasn't. And I got like kind of either rejected or publicly humiliated around, I would assume, friends. And that just fucked me up. Even in this life, it's just still carried over.
So that's the context you needed. Ask, is that all the context you needed? Just make sure. But
Nah, it's something else I'm missing.
There's something else? Okay. Ask.
I don't think I was human.
Okay. So you probably felt things on another level. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the case. I had that. Damn. Like I felt my heart sink a little bit earlier too, and then kind of like itchy.
Ask. Is a part of her that rejected you the part of yourself you rejected?
Yes.
Okay, so now you're gonna start asking, what is that? What did I reject?
Oh shit. I believe it's health and self-love related. Is that all I need to know? Yeah, it's health and self-love related.
Okay, so she knew, and that's why you took it personal. She knew she wouldn't be loving herself because you didn't love yourself to the level that she loved herself. And if she got with you, that lack of self-love would have affected her in some way. Not to say that she didn't have enough love, but just to say that someone who does have enough love for themselves also maybe expects more.
Mm. Yeah, it said that's the case. Yeah. Nail on the head type hurt, Damn.
Yeah, that one's. I felt that too. I was like, oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Okay, but you gotta keep in mind, there are levels to this. So just because you put something into your body that isn't necessarily good for you doesn't mean you don't love yourself. Some people can't afford healthy food, obviously. So, but the thing to keep in mind too is that those things that were making you low, it's just showing your own comfortability, but with highs and lows. So she may not be as comfortable to go as low as you go, but that also means she's probably not gonna be as comfortable to go as high as you go when you hit that wave, because it has to match the frequency of the low once you go up again.
They
Alright, and with
said we
this
dodged
work,
a bullet, like my body. I asked them like, did we dodge a bullet? They said yeah. So do I have mixed emotions about this? Yeah, I got mixed emotions about it, but the shit still it hurt. But at the same time, I think I dodged a bullet with it.
right? Because there's a level of like, I don't know, just some people try so hard to stay in the middle ground of doing things right that they lack that character development, they lack that necessary experience for growth, and sometimes it is pain. And sometimes people think that they're holier than thou, don't want to put any substance in their body, whatever. More power to you. Substances, I'm not saying that you should be doing that, obviously, but but you know what I mean. But like, there are levels. Some substances genuinely only enhance your senses. They don't like subdue them, and even those that do subdue them, it's gonna allow you to reach a deeper part of yourself if you use it for that. But you gotta let it come back up once you go sink down into it.
Yeah. You a weed smoker?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I can kind of like sense it now when other people smoke.
I forgot to do my pre-class smoke today.
Same.
I went 2 weeks not doing it a couple days before this, and I was like, this isn't even hard. It's just like,
No, it's just nah.
it's just like, but why? Why not?
Yeah, I know exactly what she's saying. I want a month. I want a month, but it's like, damn, you know the shit. You know, yeah, my dreams were a little clearer, but I prefer smoking the weed. You know, this shit ain't do nothing for me. Like I didn't even have to go to 4 months. I could have just took a tolerance break.
I also find that when I smoke before I meditate, like it just takes it to another level.
Yeah, and it does make this work easier because you're gonna feel your blockages more. Like those who have really bad like highs and stuff, they're just feeling their blockages more. If you don't know how to work on them, then it's just gonna be an uncomfortable experience.
Oh yeah, that's what was happening to me. My fucking it went up to my head, but it don't go like that no more.
Well, that's good.
Like I get dizzy.
Have you noticed this after you do this work?
No, no, not the not what I usually do. I feel so relaxed smoking weed. Like I feel higher when I smoke weed now. The shit is amazing.
Yeah,
Like
that's what it
yeah,
is because you feel into the low points and then you shoot up higher.
yeah.
But there's always lower, but which also means there's always higher, which also means there's always lower. Because your body is always creating the next thing for you to experience.
Uh, shit. Nah, you know I feel good as shit after just talking the whole past life thing out. I'm jolly.
Yeah, the past life thing is kind of so just getting used to the concept of everything surrounding this, but the past life is the newest holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that and just like literally the conversations with my body, that's crazy.
damn, I feel like I could jump up and touch the moon.
And what's so cool is when you can actually like meet a difficult situation and speak to that part of yourself directly, like right then and there. If you could just do that from here on out, you'd probably be set. Cause shit's gonna keep triggering you, but it's how you handle it.
Yeah. Still working on. I'm alright for the most part, but when I get into really intense situations, it's hard for me to like center and respond to, like within myself, trying to keep myself grounded and not, I don't know how to explain it, but just centered. I can't really keep myself centered. Like once adrenaline kicks in, all of a sudden shut the ball out the window and back to my blind self whenever I'm trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. I fucked my finger up doing some stupid shit mad. Yeah.
So then you gotta think about, do I want to flush this adrenaline out with the breath? Or do I need to use it for something? Would it be better to use it for something constructive? How do you want to work with that energy?
Right, yeah. Yeah. Gotta figure that out. But hopefully I won't be in an emergency situation doing something.
Because when you feel that adrenaline too, like if you can catch and notice that feeling the moment it happens, you can also begin to notice that, oh, this is just excess energy. I need to get out. Whether you want to do that by going on a run or doing the breath or just shaking your body, like feel it move and feel how in control you really are. Like you have to let it move though.
Right.
So if you just stay stuck and you're just in your mind, it's not gonna go nowhere, and you're not gonna get to a point where you can be on the track that you're trying to get on.
Maintain your path in the best way forward, yeah.
But we did reach midnight o'clock, and we won't hold you guys hostage.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. Hey, it was a great class. I threw up and shit.
Yeah, bro. Thank you very much.
Glad you enjoyed it. See you guys.
Bye.
Have a nice night.
You too.